Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is Friday, December 9th already. This would have been my papa's birthday. So happy heavenly birthday, Papa, and my Uncle Al. And this is the episode where I'm better, which is not saying much after last week, but I'm gonna take it, y'all. I'm taking any improvement I can get. I saw the doctor on Tuesday. I was supposed to see the doctor on Monday. I was once again confused. I don't know about my appointment time. So I got there at what I thought was 15 minutes early, and I was 15 minutes late. And I nearly had a breakdown in the lobby. But I went to see the doctor the next day. I felt so bad because I'm not that person. I do not be late for people's appointments or no-show them. I just feel like that's incredibly disrespectful. And I worked for doctors for many years in a doctor's office, and I was just so upset. But I got in on Tuesday and I met the doctor. My rheumatologist he's got to be like 100, no joke, my old one, who is not practicing anymore. And so I really liked him. He reminded me of my son-in-law. He was super sweet, and the staff was nice and all. So hopefully they did lab work, and I got x-rays yesterday, and so hopefully I'll know something soon. I think just getting in to see somebody makes you feel better, because you're better till it's all fine till it's not fine, right? Especially with things like autoimmune and arthritis and things like that. It's all good, it's all good. Oh, it's all fine, I'm fine. And then you're not fine. But there has been some great things this week. I've had Happy Meal. I've seen some great things. Trixie Trixie Tricycle has opened up her linen shop online. Go to her page and it gives you the link to her new linen shop, and things will go, I think they went on sale an hour ago when I was getting ready, if I remember in my brain right. So I'm gonna try to go in there this afternoon and look around. And then Krista has more copies of Miss Sarah Lockhart. I believe I have this right, y'all, please don't. But this one is beautiful. I've been dying to start it, but I wanted to making myself finish some of the things I had going. So it is sitting there on my desk taunting me, but she does have more of these in stock. So if you just like a paper copy, if you like a hard copy yourself, she has some more of these in stock. So she's just stitching along, and I believe it's X on Etsy. But it's a beautiful, beautiful chart, and I cannot wait to start it. It's gorgeous. So there have been, and I forgot my iPad. I had Catch here twice this week. I had Aria yesterday afternoon. She got caught up on her Lego Advent calendar, which is something we always do with them, is we get the Lego Advent calendars and they do their Lego Advent calendars. And so I haven't seen them since they started, because last weekend they didn't spend the night. We all went and ate Friday night, but they didn't spend the night because Lily was spending the night at their house. And Lily's great grandma did pass this last week, and that's why she was with Mike and Justin. So they went to her house where she's familiar. She's never spent the night here, even though we have her here, with us a lot, and because they're good friends and just a beautiful, sweet family. But it's just, you don't want to spend the night. It's just best, especially with all that going on, if she's with somewhere she knows and all that. So they didn't get to spend the night Friday. So they had their Advent calendar to work on. I had Catch here, like I said, and then yesterday when he was here, Bebe was taking her last final, which she did great on. So we only have one more semester before she finishes her RN. And Daddy and Annie called from the oncologist's office. And so thank you for all y'all's prayers and kind thoughts and good juju y'all been sending his way, because the spot on his lung is now just a scar. They will continue treatment to make sure that nothing else, pops back up. But we were so excited. His scans and his lab work were, Dr. Cowie was just so pleased. He did the Opdiva and Yervoy combination is what he did. And now he's just down to the one. You drop one after a certain amount of treatments and you just take the other one. And that's what he's doing now. So Catch was here with me when I was talking to Annie and Daddy on the phone. And then when I hung up, and y'all know he's what, 20 months now? Yeah. And I hung up and I said, oh, Catch, we're so happy about Buddy. And he turned around, he was playing with his little Christmas tree. I guess y'all can see it right over there on the wall. And he turned around and he said, Bubby. And I like to have bawled. And so I turned my camera on and I said, Catch, can you say Buddy? And he said, Bubby. And so I recorded it and sent it. And Annie said, yeah, now we're both bawling. And your daddy said, that's why you do treatments, terrible treatments of things like this. I said, yes, that's why. That's exactly why. So we are so excited and so thankful and grateful that we got a good report this last week. And that's just so much more than we could have hoped for this fast. I was horrified. Monday, I decorated Mama's apartment for Christmas. We got her all the fall down and got her Christmas decorations all up and everything. And she was in a good mood. I will tell y'all, I get a little nervous sometimes when I go there. When I got there, they were finishing lunch, okay? So they were all still in the dining room, and they have nice tables and nice chairs, and they set the table. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's not like cafeteria style. I mean, they set the table, and they, serve them just like in a nice restaurant. It's so nice, and they are so sweet with them. And she's getting through eating, and I said, well, if you want to stay a little longer, are you ready to go back to your room? And she said, no, we're getting up right now. And she said, I just need to push her back to her room. Her, because all the people that sat at her table, y'all know she can't remember none of their names, right? But she evidently pushes this lady. I've seen her pushing her before, but she pushes her wheelchair back to her room, which is fine, which is good for her to have something to do and to feel useful and helpful. And I love that. And that she's helping the lady. I love that. What made me nervous, Rack, is that for some reason, and I guess because maybe if somebody's not there to push her, instead of using the arm things so much, the wheels, she pulls with her feet maybe, because it didn't have the little feet rest things on there, right? So I've got the baby buggy full of Christmas decorations and a little Christmas tree and all this. Mama is pushing her in front of both of us, right? And she still likes to go a little faster than she probably ought to, right? And this woman is holding her legs up. Now, y'all, none of these people are new, okay? And it's a decent distance, and all I can think of is that woman's stomach muscle's gonna give out. Her core strength is gonna go down. Hey, Patty Cat. And then she's gonna go, her feet are gonna drop, and my mama's gonna catapult her out of that chair and then run over with it and fall on top of her, and they're both gonna have broke hips. And I'm just walking behind them the whole time, just waiting for the other shoe to drop, literally, except she had on those sock things. Y'all, but we got her to her room and got Mama decorated and everything without any incident. But I'm telling you, I was nervous as a cat. I don't even know what in the world. I said, Mama, why don't you push her a little bit slower, next time? And she said, well, I need to get her back to her room. Okay. Patty, where are you headed? I don't think you need to head up here because my coffee's over there and we got stuff all up here. Can you look? Here's your chair. Look, go to your chair. Look. Can you get in your chair right there? Look. There's your chair. Get in your chair. She ain't gonna get in her chair. We both know. She ain't gonna be good. So, we have had we've had good news this week and good visits this week, and Kimi's program was last night, and I'll put the story, it should be in my Instagram and maybe my Facebook stories. I think it goes to both. We went last night, and so they had their little program, and they did a Christmas song, a Kwanzaa song, a Hanukkah song, Jingle Bells, they did Here We Come a Caroling first, and then they did Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, and they did another one before they did Jingle Bells, and I can't remember what it was, but anyway, they were all adorable, and she had her little speaking part, and she had to memorize her lines, and she was super nervous about it because she had big words like encompasses, and you know, with her dyslexia, because the teacher had them, you know, kind of, she would had them laid down there in front of them so they could see them. But with when you're dyslexic, you know, the letters move around and they don't do what they're supposed to. So she was very nervous, but she remembered them and she did so good, and they were all so adorable. Just the cutest thing. So they were all second graders. So it was all second grade program. So it was nice, and all the parents were nice, and everybody behaved nicely. And I feel the need to say that nowadays because sometimes you see lots of people not behaving nicely. And everybody, as far as I saw, behaved very nicely. And so that makes me crazy happy. I didn't get tons of stitching done. I worked on, well, of course, both times I was sitting in the doctor's appointments, I worked on this little scarf to go with Ari's hat. Well, no, this was Kimi's scarf to go with her hat. So I've got a pretty good distance on it. And let me see, which one of y'all asked about the yarn? Patricia. This is the yarn that I have used on all of the ones that I've done, is Off the Hook. Lion Brand's Off the Hook yarn. And I've used white, and then this color way, and that purple one over there. And I've got a gray that I was gonna do for the boys. But it's just too, y'all, it's so soft, and it works up really fast. And so I've kind of worked on it when I was waiting, but I didn't have much weight at the doctor. They got me in the back pretty quick. So I'll just put little tassels on this end. I'll make it a little bit longer, probably about twice this long, and then put tassels on both ends of it. So that is the Lion Brand Off the Hook. Now I know there is other brands, but this is just the one that they seem to carry around here and that I have. And so, and I've been very pleased with everything I've done with it. It's turned out really, really nice. Also, before I go any further, thank you, Allison. These are, and the color was, I'm gonna put it up here so you can see, hopefully. Let's see if it'll focus. This is Deck the Halls, is the color. I'm gonna put that right there. There we go. Deck the Halls, and this is the colors for that Allison sent me. She has a Facebook group that's called No Fail Nails by Allison. Isn't that beautiful? It is called Deck the Halls, and then I have on the Noel lipstick she sent me. It's Noel, and it's by Color Street, and it is marvelous. I love it. I've had it on every day, and my lips don't feel dry, and it doesn't seem to bleed too bad or smear too bad. Patty Cat, why you gotta be naughty? Huh? Why you gotta be getting up here and being naughty? There ain't no place for you to go. You gonna knock something down? She don't care. She does not care. Where you gonna go? I told you to go the other way, to stay down. She's not listening. We're probably gonna have a catastrophe. Look, there's your chair, Dodo. Get in your chair. Danger evaded for the moment. But I did work on my Holly Jolly Santa. It is by Frosted Pumpkin. Now, like I said, I think it's on their website now. It was in this is the 2015, I think. Just cross stitch edition, which I just got lipstick on. Leave it to me. Lord have mercy. But it is adorable. I did not like stitching the candy cane row. I don't know why. That did not suit me. And so I left it off at the top. I must have also taken out 1 too few stitches because it's touching my roof. But, so this week I got the house finished, and I put, and I don't know if it'll show up on here, the snowman has little Sparkle by Rainbow Gallery on him, and then the Santa has the little fuzzy beard and fuzzy pom-pom, which I have fuzzy just pom-pom, yes, and then fuzzy trim on the bottom of his breeches. Patty, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. You cannot be up here. You're gonna make a wreck. Now either get in your chair or go in your room. This is the first day I think somebody hasn't been here except one, and so she has wanting attention. I'll let her get in my lap and I'll stitch when we get done. But I am sticking livid. I changed the colors also. I changed the color of the house and the door, and I changed the colors. I just made mine, each one a different color on the light bulbs for the Christmas lights. And they had theirs pink, red, and orange there. And I just did mine different. I wanted mine different colors. And I wanted my house to show up be a little cheerier looking. Theirs I know was made to look like a gingerbread house, but I just wanted mine to be a little bit brighter and more fun. I feel like their designs are super fun, and so I like doing the super fun colors. So then I just left out the row of peppermint at the top. Then I just need to do my letters and the presents, and then finish the trim, just the border around. I probably will not do the peppermint at the bottom either because I did not like stitching that. I don't know why. I think the offsetting of it, I feel like it just made it look jumbly. That's the reason I set it aside for so long, because I thought my stitches looked awful in that red and white row right there. I just did not like that, so I took it off, but now I'm like super pleased with it and just loving it. They make the cutest little designs, so adorable. This is on Coffee Club by Be Stitch Me, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, a liar. Oh, I gotta put that. This is 28 count gingerbread Lugana. Where that came from, I don't know. But it is gingerbread Lugana that it's stitched on. And I think that's what it called for, it called for gingerbread Belfast. And I had a piece of gingerbread Lugana, so it worked fine. But he's so dang cute, that snowman and the Santa. I am stinking in love with them. And I think, honestly, y'all, I think that was all. I think I stitched on, my love is not all a little bit, but not even enough for me to bother y'all with. So there wasn't a lot of stitching this week for sure, sadly. But I did get that done. I got my calendars ordered. I do family calendars most every year. Last year, I had a problem with the website at the Walgreens around here. I could not get it to go. I could not get it to let me work long enough to finish it, to even let me in some days. So I started trying again last Saturday. And it would not let me in. Patty, no ma'am, no ma'am, no, no ma'am, no, no ma'am. You're not getting up on that table. No, no ma'am, no. It would not even let me in. It would just circle. So I guess so many people are using the site. I'm gonna put this piece of stuff that I'm just going to explain something that you can't hop up here. I don't think maybe. She won't like to anyway. I guess there's too many people trying to get into the site or something. So it would just circle, circle, circle. And I thought, you know what? So I found online, I'd used Vistaprint before, I didn't like them as well. The finish on them was not, it was flat, and I like glossy for it because I think the pictures just look better. So they did a good job, and they were fast delivery, and I might could have picked that as an option, and I just missed it. So the quality of them was fine. The finish on them was what I didn't like. So I found a place called Snapfish, and I ordered, and I put them together and ordered through them. And I just do a pic collage on every month. I should have brought the old ones in here. And then every month, then whoever's birthday it is, say it's my birthday. So it's April 17th. So on the April, at the month where it has the squares down here with days, it'll have my picture, and it says Denise's birthday, and then it has 67, you know. And if it's somebody's anniversary, like mine and James's anniversary on December 12th. So it'll have a picture of us, and it'll say William's anniversary, 1986, like this. So I have made them for years. And last year I could never get them made, and finally I kept intending to do them later. In January I tried and still had a problem. And then I just gave up on it. So there were no calendars made last year. So it was horrible. So I did get that done this week. So I'm super proud of having that checked off. My presents are wrapped. So the only thing really we have to do now is make the annual video we make every year. So we're clipping right on along. So we're doing great. And so I'm feeling a little less, because I've had time here to get things done. Which I can use James for parts of that, because like I was doing something one night, and I said, well, if you really want to help me, you can go find pictures for the calendar. And so he went and stole pictures off the kids' Facebooks and my sister's and all that, so we would have new pictures, because they're supposed to be, you know, new pictures every year. So I got that done. But I did get, what else? I've got Happy Mail here. I've got questions and comments. And Daylene, first I want to say, I hope you're feeling more like stitching and feeling better, because when you're all wrung out, you just don't. I mean, that's why I've been doing other things too, but there's a couple of days that I've just been tired, and I just kind of sit there and stare. So Daylene, I'm sending all the hugs. If y'all don't know, Daylene is so grateful, SEW, grateful, on her YouTube channel, and she always has beautiful stitching, and not just beautiful cross stitch. She has beautiful quilting behind her. She does beautiful, wonderful looking gluten-free baking all the time that she shows. So if you have a chance, get on over there and see Daylene and find out how wonderful she is, because when I get a message from her, I'm always so happy. Her Instagram is always got beautiful flowers and plants and her puppy dog and just wonderfulness, wonderfulness. So I hope you're having a better week too, Daylene. And Deanna, when I showed my Love Is Not All and said those few were sitting there because I hadn't touched them because they had diagonal stitching, she said if I'd send it to her, she'd do my diagonal stitching, which she has in the past. Dina is a doll, because I started this hat here, and this is the most beautiful design in the world, but it is all diagonal stitching. Oh my gosh, there's so much diagonal stitching on here, but I stinking love it. And I just kept having to rip out and rip out and rip out. And so she said, if you will send that thing to me, I will finish it for you. And y'all, she sure did. And then, so I have on the back here, so that it will never be forgotten that she finished stitching it for me, because I appreciate that. And I love this piece, and I feel like we should send it back and forth. Like we should have, you know, split custody of it, and we should send it back and forth to each other, because I am so thankful that that thing is finished. I love it. I look at it every day. I switched it for the sampler that was in here because it has glass in it, and see, how this one does with the glass in it. It reflects, and I don't know why that gets on my nerve, but it does. So thank you, Dina, and you may end up getting those to finish those 7 things because it's horrible for me. Okay, and we did a little walkthrough last week. I did get the candles on the trees and everything. But Charles said his brother, because y'all, the weather here is, like I said, we don't have seasons. We just have weather. I did, when I was driving this week, think I should take some pictures because now we are getting some fall color in our trees in December. But they're a short period of time because then the wind blows so hard, it blows them all off. So we don't get to have them very long. So it's raining or it's something all the time. So you have just this tiny window to get your Christmas lights put up. I mean, it's tiny. Before it is either raining, the wind's blowing 8,000 miles an hour, or it's 40 below zero. That's it. So right now it is still being hot, but it's raining. So everything is soggy. So you're putting up your ladder to lean up against the house. It's sinking and it's just bleh. But we got ours done the weekend after Thanksgiving. James Williams and I got out there and got them hung up and got them all finished. And I was very thankful. But Charles said his brother got sick of fooling with it because he lives down here. And he put all his outside stuff up inside. And I'm thinking, genius. I think you're right, Charles. That's a genius move because getting your outside decorations done here is just a whooping. Now, I'm sure it would be a whooping if it was already snowing and stuff too. I don't know. But the way the wind blows here and the rain and, I mean, y'all better get ready to eat a bunch of, I don't know, cornbread because Keely does not have one seed of wheat in the ground. I think my brother-in-law has, I want to say that he said 1,100 acres. And he has more than anybody around here in a couple of counties. So the price of wheat's going to go through the roof. So y'all get ready to eat some cornbread next year or something because flour is going to be insane. It's just nuts. So, because we were in the worst drought we'd been in many years, and then it started raining, and now it has rained them out, and you can't put it in the ground. It's so wet, you can't get your tractors down in the fields, or they'll sink up to the door, and then it has popped up real quick. What Ray has in the ground has popped up so fast because it's wet and warm that he's afraid it's at the stage now that when we get the cold snap, it's going to kill it. And it won't end up being no count that he's got it in the ground anyway because it's going to be dead. So Charles's brother has found a way to avoid the Texas weather with his Christmas decorations. And if he has any of those blow-up things, they make such a loud racket. I don't know how he stood them in the house, so I need to know the answer to that, Charles. But I think that may be the answer. And Joan, I'm sending all the love. My best friend Susu, she hasn't seen her grandbaby since February. And she is brokenhearted and has literally at times been just ready to throw in the towel. I mean, I've been really worried about her. So Joan, I am sending all the love because when your kids are off with you over whatever, and you can only do so much, and then when you apologize or try to make something right, even if you didn't do something, you try to do those things and it doesn't pan out. You're just kind of in a bad place. So I'm sending all the love, and let me know if you and Susu need to start a support group, because I tell her all the time, she'll say, I'm sorry, I know you're tired of hearing about this. And I say, no, I'm not. You've got to get that out. You cannot leave that much hurt inside your body. You can't. It has got to get on the outside or you'll just implode. And Autumn Jewel has had trouble because somebody stole her identity. She's been dealing with identity theft. And so I do think that's worse than me microwaving my credit cards and the thing with my phone and having to replace them. is somebody else having them and putting charges on them and everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I know it is a strong word and I'm not supposed to say it, but I hate a thief. I do. I do. It gets all over me. Don't take other people's stuff. Just stop. Don't do it. It ain't yours. Leave it alone. You know you shouldn't do it. Stop it. It just gets, I will stop a mud hole. Y'all, I have no cut for thieves. It is just, we all have our little thing that just pushes you over the edge. For me, it's thievery. I can't with it. Oh, Patricia, we talked about the yarn for the hats. And all y'all were laughing at my little thing. These aren't, y'all, they are 3 sad babies in a basket. Look at them. And who was it? Somebody said it was, Joan said it was St. Nicholas and was usually pictured with 3 children. And she said she also gonna name her band 3 Sad Babies in a Bucket. But look, y'all, there are 3 sad babies in that bucket right there. And they look sad, so they must be on the naughty list if this is Santa Claus. I don't know. But y'all see right there. He does look like the Pope, kinda. And then 3 sad babies is in that basket. And that's all you can see his shoes. You can see he has a fancy robe on. He has like a scepter and his other hand is up like this. And then, but of course he has a sad mouth too. So I don't know, maybe he's on the naughty list. I don't know, but I do love him. He has no markings on the back or anything. But I have loved him for a long time. And we talked about, okay, we'll come back to, Virginia Stitcher. Okay, first speaking in Kansas, yes, come to the commune. When I get the commune going, come on. It will be for all women with retired husbands or people who just need some time around people who will not be in your space, in your face. It will be the commune for people who need some space with nobody in their face. So come on. She wanted to know about getting the trees to stand up in the buckets. This one has, and it's too far down, I don't think you can see it, has a little urn that it stands in. So the urn is just sitting down in here on some of this. This, I save pieces of this when we have things that get big things. We had to replace the TV in the bedroom. And I saved some pieces out of it. And so you can use it to build up in the bottom of the bucket. And I will show you some of the buckets that I have. I have the 2 that y'all saw last week, the blue ice cream bucket and this ice cream bucket. This I got at a junk store for, I think, $1 or $2. I don't know what that says. There's a 1 and a V or V and a 1, I don't know. But I would have just given $2 or $3 for it. It's an ice bucket for champagne. I use it for things like this. I have this butter churn that at different years I have had trees in. But it was a butter churn that they didn't have the lid for. And so I have it. And then, look at like, here is a little tree that goes with my Jim Shore Santa Claus. And this, so if you have something this big, you can just set it down in here. But I have this pulled up like this so you can see that most of these have a little stake that comes in and out, okay? Like, so you just cram it on there or take it off, right? So you can also add a piece of foam between here and here and poke it onto this, and it will give you a bigger base, and it will make it fit tighter in something, okay? So, but if this will not fit, just take whatever the bottom looks like. Some of them may not look like a tree trunk. Some of them will just be a stick like this, but it'll be coming out this way, yeah? And I just made a big mess, but I have a little vacuum, it's no big deal. And then take whatever bucket you're using, cut or break you off pieces of this to build it up to how high you need it. So if we're using this bucket, we're gonna build some pieces up till it's about this tall, right? And then I'm gonna break up smaller pieces and put them really tight up against it. You can also use real stiff paper. Some people will use that, it's like spray foam that you use to fill a gap. And it's called that stuff or that goop or goop. But anyway, it's a spray foam. You get it like at Home Depot or Lowe's. They probably even have it at the Walmart. But if you use it, and you can, but you need to remember two things. It does not have a lot of weight to it, okay? So if you're gonna put it around something, you probably need to put a bag of beans or a couple of cans of food, like canned beans or something you're not using right now. Set them in the bottom. Take some sort of plastic, like a trash bag. You do not want to spray that on something you're not wanting it to stay in forever, okay? So build up your base however tall you want it. Put your trash bag in here and then fill it full of foam if you want to. Fill it full of paper, fill it full of whatever. But if you use the foam, make sure it is not touching your container and that it's not touching the edge of your tree or of this part of it, whatever is sticking down, because it is very sticky and it will kind of embed itself onto whatever it's on, and you will have to leave it. And no ma'am, what are you messing with? Patty, you go get a whooping. You go get a whooping. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You can't reach that ceiling fan. You're gonna knock everything over and get a spanking. You want a whooping? So do not let that foam stuff touch anything that you don't want it to stay on forever, because it is a hot mess to get off. So this year I saw tons of people even using it on their big Christmas trees. And they got a big, like a plastic pot from Home Depot or at home store or something like this, and put the bottom of their Christmas tree in there with that foam. A couple of things. If that thing is not as wide as the base of your Christmas tree, you're in danger of it tumbling over. And if you want to get it out of there, it's going to be a mess. And it don't weigh nothing, so you're in danger of your tree tumbling over. So I'm not completely 100% down with that move, but if you want to use it for something like that, it's fine. Just be sure it's not touching anything that you don't want it to be on forever. And a big Christmas tree is several $100s, and you ain't wanting to mess it up with that stuff if you don't want it on there forever. So that's just my, so use foam. You can buy sheet foam at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if Joann's has it. I know they have it in squares, which is fine too. But if you can find it in the big sheet, Hobby Lobby has it, and Walmart used to carry it in the big sheet, and you can cut it off any size you want. And when you get it, that big green hard styrofoam, you just cut part of the way through, just take your knife and turn it over so that the part you've cut is down, and then hit it with your hand, and it'll bust it, okay? And then you just do it again to get it the size you want and fill it up in here. So I hope that helps. I hope that, but that's how I keep, and I put Christmas trees, fall trees. Sometimes I just get a big stick limb out of the yard. I have used those over the years and put them in a container like this and hung things off of them at different times for different events. So I hope that helps some Virginia Stitcher getting the trees to stay in the buckets. Barbara asked about the Mill Hill kits. The Mill Hill, and like I said, I didn't get to work on my guy here. But Stitchy Witch 42 Audrey has a fabulous tutorial on how she does them. She's done lots of them for Halloween and Christmas and just tons of them. And, but you do your beads last. You do your stitching with your floss first. And then you come back. So you can see there's supposed to be a blue bead in between all of this blue floss. There will be a blue bead on there. But your beads you put on the very last thing after you're stitching. So, I hope that helps. But she has a fabulous tutorial, Barbara, if you need, and she's done many of them. So if you have any questions, she can give you, not only is she a doll and has beautiful stitching, but she is super sweet and can answer, I'm sure, any questions you have about them because she's done tons. DEKO, I am praying for your daughter, and she's recovering from lung cancer surgery. So we are in the lung cancer group over here, and it is rough go, but I'm hoping it goes well, and I'm hoping your husband doing the chores for her will keep him a little bit busy too. Okay, I'm going to show y'all something because Debbie posted in that the Bible and stitching are what saves us. And when we're like all at 6s and 7s. And that is fact. I'm going to try to move this without causing catastrophe, which may still cause catastrophe. But Annie and Daddy, y'all know, are picking up to move, right? And so she had pulled these for me. And I thought they were so sweet. And after your comment, I wanted to show them, and y'all probably want to see these. I take y'all along for a ride that y'all probably don't want to be on a lot of times. This little Bible here, and it has like 2 to 4 Monday afternoon. It has little notes in here. Conditions for your prayer life. Contrition, wholeheartedness, faith, righteousness, James 5 through 16. Faith, Mark 11 through 24. John chapter 17 is written down in here. And all these little things. And it is so super old. Romans 6:3, Mark 16:16, John 3:5, Acts 22:16. But this little Bible right here was a present to good old girl, who was my grandmother, from my Aunt Pat and my daddy and Linda, my aunt who has passed away, on Christmas 1956. And it is so precious and sweet. It has the, I'm gonna get teared up. Their 50th anniversary invitation, which I remember very, very well. It was April 9th on 89. I was pregnant with Micah. I can remember what I had on. It was at the Fellowship Hall at the church. There is some notes about Christmas songs. I guess they were doing a program. And it tells, you know, a little town of Bethlehem, verse 1 and 2. While shepherds watch, verse 1 and 2, like this. They were evidently doing friendship photos that you could go at the church and get your card made with your friend. Gems of comfort and hope here. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Matthew 11:28 and 29. There's a little thing in here about praying. And then I've got to get this to my Aunt Pat. I don't know if she has it. It's the wedding announcement for when my Aunt Pat married my Uncle Carl. She's my daddy's older sister. Patsy Ledbetter marries Carl Ansley in Maypearl. And Friday, July 8th. It does not say the year. That I see on here. But Dabo, my cousin, is 9 years older than me. So it would have had to been in the mid-50s, I guess. Because if I was born in 67. So Dabo would have been born in 58. So it would have had to be the mid to late 50s. So there was that one. So I have a few of these, so just bear with me, y'all. This one was a gift to good old girl from Granny, from what I can tell. And then good old girl wrote Pawpaw's name in here also. But the pages are just, some of them she didn't use as much because they don't have writing in them. Some of them have writing in them. Here's a little bookmark. It says, read your Bible daily. In the back it says, in what ways is Christ preeminent? I use Forward Day by Day. I've told y'all that. It has a Facebook group, or you can actually get the book of it in the mail, but I use it online. It's a Facebook group, and they'll email it to you. But that's what I do every day, because that way I read Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms every day. And then it has a little devotional in there. This one, I guess, was a present to Pawpaw from his mama, because it says by mother, February 2nd, 1969. And it's an improved blue ribbon. It has all the little annotations in the inside, where mine used to have the references back at the back, where you could go back and look. But like in 1 Samuel, there's all these notes and places that are underlined in here. This was cut out of some sort of a devotional. Jesus is the rose of Sharon. He's the lily pure and fair. He just puts his arms around me, then his fragrance fills the air. I am refreshed and restored. 2 Corinthians 1:22. But there's such little fun things tucked in here that they use for bookmarks. This is pink pie recipe is in here. Job 4:22. I mean, they're just fun little things stuck in here. And then Brother Bob 10:14:90. I was not a fan of Brother Bob, I'm gonna tell you right now. Lord forgive me, but he was not my favorite preacher. This was Brother Ron, October 4th. What he preached on, she would underline and make notes on. And then I guess she was part of the group that was choosing a new preacher. I hope she wasn't one of the ones that picked Brother Bob, because like I said, I didn't appreciate his preaching nor his attitude very much, but that's just me. I didn't, y'all. He was always trying to be all snotty, and I don't think that's necessary. This is the New Testament in Psalms. I know it was my Pawpaw's, even though it doesn't say it was his. The year on it, I thought I found it in here somewhere, but it is all written in big, big letters. I'm going to show y'all. But my Pawpaw was blind because of his diabetes, and so he couldn't see. Okay, I didn't find this yesterday. This was stuck in there. This is Tommy Hayes. This was Tom, my cousin, who is in heaven now. And I guess he brought it to Pawpaw. And he stuck it in his Bible. I don't know why they get this. It was mailed to them from a church in Georgia. The Second Baptist Church, College Park, Georgia. I don't know why they get that, but it came to them in the mail. And I don't know if they knew somebody that lived there or what, but there's little footprints bookmark that's in everything. There's a leather kind of a bookmark in here. But I know this was his because it has the big, big letters because he could hardly see. So that was a super fun thing to get. That was a super great gift to get. Here, see, so I went over and Annie and I decorated the mantle. She just put up one tree because they're moving and decorated the mantle. So they're moving the end of December, but she wanted a little bit of decorating up. So she did that. And y'all, I'm just blathering on. I'm about to run out of time. They're going to kill me. Happy Meal. Okay, I got from Karen this beautiful card. Look at those beautiful wise men. Wise men still seek him. And she sent the girls some stickers, which will be a great hit tonight. Oh, and I think I forgot to say something to somebody. Hold on. Oh, Lisa said beware the phone carriers that hold all your credit cards anyway, because she said she's had hers fall out twice, and when she went to the bank to get them remade because they fell out, they told her it happens all the time because that leather gets stretched out and you lose your credit card. So she said they told her, you know, put your, like your coffee card, your grocery store customer cards, like your customer loyalty cards and things like that in there, but not put your credit card or your driver's license in there because they get stretched out and fall out. And then when someone finds them, then you're dealing with what Autumn Jewel is dealing with. What else did I have here? Okay. Is that here? Lori. Oh, and she said to put my cards in my Apple Wallet, like the virtual Apple Wallet, and Nancy did, and then I wouldn't have to fool with that anyway. So that's also a thought. Lori, I'm dying because she said her grandbaby microwaved the remote control for the TV in a hotel room. Because you know how the microwave's always down real low and everything. And she loved to open doors, and all kids do, they just open doors and stuff. And before they could get over there and get it stopped. And that was hilarious that you said that because yes, that's something a toddler would do. And so just yesterday when I went to get the x-rays done at the hospital, I told the little x-ray tech, I said, look, I'm like a decrepit toddler, okay? If I don't respond to you correctly, say it again, make me repeat it back to you because I am like a decrepit toddler. So just bear with me. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And he was great. He was finishing up his training and he was real sweet. But I was like, oh, Lord help that he got me today. This is from Carol. She sent me this super nice note inside. This beautiful card that says joy to you. Thank you, Carol. And thank you, Karen, for my cards. And y'all know I love me some cards. And we have got some of our cards out in the mail and we're going to work on cards again tonight. And then Jenny sent me this. And y'all know, Jenny knows me. And there's a note on the inside here, but the outside, Dolly. When I grow up, I want to be Dolly. Y'all know it's true. I love me some Dolly Parton. My favorite song of all time is Jolene. Of all time. Best song ever is Jolene. She sent me the Cardinal Ken, which I was going to order and have not made it around to do yet, as a gift. So thank you so much, Jenny. And then she sent the girls. She knows them too. They love them some trims and ribbons. She sent them all these trims and ribbons in here. So Jenny is going to be the hit. Because they will be so excited and they might share with me a little bit. But thank you so much, Jenny, for thinking of us and for sending sweet things. Y'all are always so sweet to us. Then I got from Diane. I want to be sure I'm picking up the right package with the right name in my brain. Look at him, y'all. How can you not smile when you look at him? I don't know how they photoshopped that on there, but that was genius because he looks just perfect. He looks so happy with them on and so dapper. She said, when I was saying about all my passwords, having to redo all my passwords, that she remembered she had a Quilty password keeper that I've never seen one of these. So you put the website and then you put your username and your password and then notes under it. Because, you know, sometimes it'll say mother's maiden name or like this. And so I've never seen this before. I think this is genius. It says it's made by C&J Publishing. C&T Publishing, sorry. C&T Publishing. It's called the Quilty Password Keeper. So, thank you so much, because Diane knows that I'm on the struggle bus. And then the girls are gonna be happy again because stickers. She said her mother loves stickers. And because she did, you know, mail and stuff. And so there's all these stickers in here. So they are gonna be super happy tonight. So the cards that get made tonight in the morning, when they go out, they will probably have lots of stickers on there. And then she made me this thread bed, which these things are the best. If you don't have these thread beds and thread books, these are wonderful. You set your threads on there and they won't slide off. And then she put, and I put a needle here so I can show y'all. It has a magnet under her little tag, so it'll hold a needle on there. And as you can see, it holds it. So that is wonderful. So thank you so much, Diane. I cannot wait to show the girls the stickers and their trims for Jenny and all this. And I will put this in a, because I'm going to kit up Miss Sarah Lockhart. And I think I'm going to let myself have a Christmas start with Miss Sarah Lockhart. I was trying to make myself wait till all the way to next year, but I don't know if I'm going to make that or not. I just might not make it. And then I have one more Happy Mail here. My gosh, y'all, such a mess. And I bury things and get things in the wrong order. And I'm the worst. There we go. Okay, this is Candace. What else? Oh, okay. I was like, what have I done? So she sent these fabulous charts. And y'all are gonna tell me because I forgot to pull Christmas charts. Ugh. She sent all these stickers for the girls. Oh, there's all these stickers. And then we've got Snowballs for Sale. That is by, it's So Emma. So cute. And since I forgot, well, shares, will we use some of these? These are adorable. All Dolled Up by Little House Needleworks. Adorable. Music Store from Little House Needleworks. That's their Hometown Holidays one. I know that Priscilla and them have done a ton of them. Anne sent me 3, and she decided to change hers out and finish them differently. She's redoing her whole series. I can't wait to see them. This is Snapper Color Orange by Bent Creek. I stitched this one and I stinking love it. It is so cute stitched up. And then these are, it's the Cottage Garden, A Time for All Seasons series. And they are beautiful. I've seen some of these, but I didn't realize they were a whole series. Like there was one for everything, right? So there is January is all snowed in. It's snow time. Love is in the Air. There we go. It's February. And these are by Cottage Garden Samplings. March is, the name of it is First Signs of Spring. April is Basket Full of Love. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. May is Beesy Spring. Yes, and look at that bee with the bee skip under there. Strawberry Harvest. The Rooster is Sweet Summertime. Summer on the Shore. This little, oh, look at him. Gathering Acorns. Oh, he's so cute. This one is October 31st. Then we have Turkey Day. Yeah, Turkey Day. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then Santa is Christmas Eve. Y'all look at the design on that bag. These are stunning. These are just gorgeous. So these are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So since I forgot, now I will say the shares from last week, for anybody who used the word autumn, are Glammy B, Arlene Dolan, Joan De Leon, and Arlene Curry. Those are the share recipients last week for the autumn ones. So y'all holler at me with your addresses. Niecy Lynn at Yahoo. And then this week, because I am not organized at all. We will do some of these. So we will do snowballs for sale. Use the word, let me find my pen. Use the word snowball. Use the word orange if you're interested in this one, which I stitched and love. Use the word music if you're interested in this guy. And then, oh my gosh, this one is so cute. Use this one, use the word doll, like, you know, my baby doll, D-O-L-L. That one is adorable. All dolled up, 2010. So use the word doll for those. Those will be our shares for next week. And I promise to be more prepared. Thank y'all for listening to me whine and carry on every week and putting up with me. And I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a happy Friday. Hope you're having a Merry Christmas and enjoying the season and enjoy your stitches. Bye.